mga hakbang na magkakasama. At ang mga hakbang sa mas magandang buhay. Sabi niya rin, madadapa at madadapa ka. Pero yun, tuloy lang sa paglakad. Pag may hamon, humugot ka. Sa mga tinuro ng bawat yapak, sa bawat hakbang mo, mararating mo ang tagumpay. Ambisyon ng bagong buhay para sa'yo at para sa kanila. Ma, Pa, ako naman ngayon. Walang iwanan. Palaging sama-sama. PNB, every step together.
The right hydration matters.
To perform.
To win.
To rise.
With Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Fuel your peak with the right hydration with the right minerals. Rise to the summit.
Action continues from the Tanduay Gym in Quiapo, Manila as we bring you the 2025 BKT Inter-Sister Cup. This is our second game of the day, featuring the Flyboys of Macroasia versus the undefeated Philippine Airlines. Diego Del Paz, together with Coach Bam Ledesma, bringing you the action as we continue with day number 3 of competition in the elimination round. And let's talk about Macroasia first. Splitting their first 2 assignments, after going down to ABI Cobra Rice in their opening game, they came out with a win against UE Manila.
Yes, partner, and that was a tough loss in their opening game. We covered that, and
Yes.
That game could have gone either way. But great recovery for Macroasia as they face UE. They really dominated the boards, second chance points, and forced those turnovers, converted those turnovers to turnover points. But again, just the offensive mastery over UE.
While for Philippine Airlines, they have been, unblemished. Their record has been unblemished to start their campaign. Their last victim, UERM, 108-53.
Well, same recipe here. We know that Philippine Airlines really, likes to run. They got great offensive rhythm. They got a couple of very good players there. Good inside presence. This is just a balanced team. So against that game against UERM, they just proved it. Just the interior presence, and also that scoring barrage there. Every quarter, I think they really scored 20 plus points during that quarter. Every quarter.
And now let's hand it over to our Coliseum announcer to introduce the starters for both teams. Starting fives on the floor for both teams. Brought to you by Tanduay Athletics. For Macroasia, Callos, Ramos, Galman, Magsalin, and Tendanilla. While for PAL, it will be De La Cruz, Lim, Relucio, Fortuna, and Cervantes.
Wow, Jerick Fortuna.
There we go. Jerick Fortuna, King Tiger during his time. And the ball is up and we are underway. PAL wearing their immaculate white, while Macroasia with their ferocious black uniforms. And by the way, it's been basically a Jerick Fortuna show for PAL. Has been affecting the team on both ends of the floor. Bringing his yung three-piece niya to this PAL lineup. The three-piece, right?
Yeah.
The old Pride, Puso, and Palaban.
Well, especially this guy, man. I mean, well, it's great that I think it's going to be a different career here, but in my opinion,
Yeah.
I mean, basketball-wise,
Yes.
still, I think, still has a lot left in the tank, partner.
Oh yes, definitely.
But again, it's also a good career, so wish him the best.
Yeah, so PAL getting the first point on the board. Cervantes making that split from the free throw line. But Magsalin for Macroasia with that turnaround jumper from inside that keyhole. So it's 2-1. Steve De La Cruz, the best player of the game for PAL during their thrashing of UERM. With the first two up with a miss there earlier. And Tendanilla attacking that basket with reckless abandon for Macroasia. And finally, Philippine Airlines trying to attack here. And Rian Relucio knocking down the first three-pointer off the game.
Former Tiger Cub, Ren Lucio.
Yung pala, may UST connection pala dito, no?
Yeah, and I think they got, one more guy in that lineup.
And here's a steal by Macroasia, but unfortunately, Kim Galman was like a deer in the headlights there, losing that basketball right in front of Jerick Fortuna.
Uncharacteristic
Yes.
turnover by Mr. Jerick Fortuna, which I'm pretty sure, a lot of UST people, especially Boss Eric Ang, is watching this game.
There we go. Was Eric Ang, of course. Well, thank you very much for the great food from Berleo.
Always the great food.
Yes.
Something to look forward to every broadcast, partner.
Oh. Now here's the attack here by Kim Galman. Galman to Callos. Makes her extra pass. Three-pointer on the way, but Robbie Ramos overshoots the mark. And speaking of shoutouts, ako na, may shoutout ako eh. Hanapin ko nga kung sino. Shoutout to Michael Grape of Tipuno X. Yung Tipuno X Barbers, yung official sponsor nitong PAL. So may rin pala, yung mga individual teams pala, may mga supporters sila. And at the same time, as we saw that Steve De La Cruz jumper, at the same time, Tipuno X is now my official barber. Oh. Diba?
Okay.
There we go. 12 seconds on the shot clock here. Macroasia trying to create some offense here, but Cervantes with the active hands.
So far, but it feels like nagtatansyahan pa yung both teams natin.
Oo. I mean, after all, Macroasia was not a slouch in their opening game. They were just unlucky they got paired with defending champion ABI Cobra Rice.
Yeah, and I think that game really set the tone for this tournament. As
Yeah.
really, again, could have gone either way. Especially when number 6 guy, Jonel Agkawili, got hot.
Yes.
in the 3-point land.
Yan, memorable pala sa'yo, para sa'yo, Coach Bam, si Agkawili.
Yeah.
There we go.
He hit like what? 4, 5 threes that game, but
Wow.
I think he did come off the bench
Yeah.
that game, and he's gonna come off the bench here.
As we see one more time, that is Josant Cervantes at the free throw line.
Yeah, and well, this PAL team is stocked by
Loaded.
former collegiate stars, partner.
Collegiate, high school stars.
Yeah.
And some names na probably were actually good within their respective colleges and universities na, like for example Kyle Quintos, never really he didn't make it as a varsity athlete in college, but having played against him in a couple of runs out there, like, he is a baller. And of course, number 14, Ezer Lim, the captain, bringing his veteran savvy here for Philippine Airlines.
And all the more it brings prestige and, of course, the bright lights to our tournament.
Ralston Misa now making his first appearance for Macroasia this morning. Baseline drive. A Pinoy step attempt there coming from Rayan Relucio.
Nalunod siya that time around.
Yeah. 5:49 left here in the first quarter. We have our first ceasefire on the floor, and it's brought to you by Modern Fox. Five minutes and 49 left here in the first quarter. PAL 7, Macroasia 4. Ezer Lim having a hard time inbounding. Gives it to Cervantes, who misses that jumper. And the rebound by Raimundo Tupas. Three-pointer on the way for Macroasia. That's Robbie Ramos. Drilling it from that right elbow.
Well, I think the first team who's going to get into some kind of offensive rhythm here is going to dictate, at least for the first quarter.
Yeah. And looks like Jeric Fortuna hasn't been involved in that offense in that last sequence.
Yeah, and again, very uncharacteristic na mahiyain si Jeric Fortuna.
9 on the shot clock, and the shot down low by John Magsalin missed. De La Cruz misses it from the free throw line. Long rebound by Ralston Misa. Another three on the way. This time over the mark for Robbie Ramos. Fortuna the feed inside to Cervantes. Cervantes got the ball stripped. And looks like we will have some confirmation with our officials here on what's the call. It will go the way of Macroasia.
Yeah, I think that after that tap, I think it hit Josan Cervantes' knee.
There we go. The leg.
Yeah.
Von Yu making his first appearance this morning, as well as Ike Herrera, a former De La Salle Green Archer.
And that's also there. Jeric Fortuna and Ike Herrera were teammates in De La Salle Sobel in that high school championship team.
There we go.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and also if I'm not mistaken, I remember those were the years that Ateneo and La Salle were competing in that juniors division.
Well, that was a good I think batch of players.
Yeah.
During that era for De La Salle Sobel.
Yeah. There's the drive to the basket by Steve De La Cruz, and he got his shot rejected. 18 to shoot.
But you gotta love the aggressiveness here of Steve De La Cruz.
Yeah. I mean, after all, he had a breakout performance last game. 17.6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. And De La Cruz with that rainbow jumper to break the 7-all tie.
Well, sometimes in teams you gotta be there. You have to have shot creators, and I think talking about shot creators.
Yeah, Norjan Tendenilia.
Yeah, this guy on the other end.
Yes. I mean, if you had the memorable player, I had mine in Norjan Tendenilia because he was shooting, from mid-range to deep, and at the same time, he was attacking the basket like crazy.
I think one of the stalwarts also for this Macroasia team. Him and also big boy for Macroasia, John Magsalin. I think these
There we
two
go.
guys going to be very crucial.
Yeah. Parang they're going to be trouble.
Yeah, because they have very capable guards.
Yes, sir.
So Tendenila being a shot creator, and Magsalin having that inside presence, who has also a bit of a mid-range then. So I think it's gonna be a challenge then for PAL to match up with these guys.
There we go. Von Yu missing both free throws. And now Macroasia trying to extend their lead right now. That's currently at 1 point. Oh, and we got a whistle on the floor. An offensive foul called. And it's called against Lordi Geronimo.
Yeah, and that's his second foul, partner.
Oh, that is a terrible development for Macroasia. Geronimo also has been a linchpin for their defense, especially with his size and length. De La Cruz, another rainbow jumper, but this time too strong. Long rebound by Ryan Velasco. Kyle Quintos, rack attack, and misses. But first, a foul called against Raimundo Tupas.
Well, again, you don't want to bail out the team with fouls, partner.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So right now, Kyle Quintos going to the line for 2 shots. Quintos makes the first of 2 to tie the ball game. By the way, Kyle Quintos has not missed a free throw this season.
All right, partner. I hope you don't.
Yo, no.
I didn't want to continue it. So okay, partner. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe.
Munti ka na, no?
Yeah.
3 minutes left here in the first period, and a miss for Misa. And now Kyle Quintos feeds it here to TJC. Back to Quintos. 16 on the shot clock. Quintos gets rejected. Long recovery there coming from J-Real Catameo.
Well, I think that's a good foul because you don't give an opportunity for Macroasia to run the break. I think they had one guy already in that backcourt.
Yes. Now Martinez spins, uses the glass, and a foul called against Philippine Airlines. That's on Ryan Velasco. A pushing variety. So it will be 2 free throws here for Danilo Martinez.
Yeah, that's last second decision. And he gets called for a foul.
So Danilo Martinez missing the front end of 2 shots. So this season, Martinez 50% from the line, but making neither one of them. Pal up by 1 at the moment, 11-10. 3-pointer on the way. Bingo time for TJC.
Oh, great setup there that time around. Macroasia defense, leaving that opening.
2:08 remaining. Cross-court pass. Goes its way to Raimundo Tupas. They dump the ball down low to Danilo Martinez. Martinez recovers but misses the jumper. Ike Herrera with the rebound. And now Kyle Quintos setting up the play. TJC, they dump the ball down low to Ike Herrera. Herrera got the ball stripped. The recovery here by Pal. Quintos, drive and kick, three-pointer for TJC! Bang! Bang! Boom!
Well, you gotta love the way that Pal really moved that ball and hinanap talaga yung setup na yon. So again, give credit to the offense for really giving C that open three-point shot.
Open three, missed there by Ralston Misa. Now Tupas with the recovery. Shot clock down to 10. Outside jumper by Martinez won't go in. Kyle Quintos gets the defensive board. Minute and 10 remaining here in the first quarter. Baseline jumper won't go in for TJC, missing that heat check. Now here's the attack by Ralston Misa. Misa with the overstep. Misa with the layup underneath.
Yeah, very patient in that time around.
.45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Kyle Quintos inside the keyhole, gets the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way for KQ. So let's take a look at that one more time. Ike Herrera, nice find to Kyle Quintos. The Bruce and the Deuce. That foul is called on Raimundo Tupas.
Well, you gotta give credit to Pal. They just great execution in multiple times. Sharing the ball, finding the open man. Probably because Jeric Fortuna is not in there.
There we go. Parang cooking show mo
No.
yata.
That's a joke.
11 seconds on the shot clock, and it's a turnover against Raimundo Tupas.
Well, underrated because
Yeah.
what fuels Pal, although this is just a 7-point lead, because
Yeah.
at the start of the quarter, it was really what you call very balanced. Wala naman na, but at the end, they get defensive stops, and this time around, it's Macroasia.
And on the fast break, Reynaldo Tupas atoning for that turnover earlier.
Yes, and that foul against Quintos.
Yeah. 3 seconds remaining. Quintos kicks it out to Herrera. Needs to shoot at the buzzer, missing it off to the left. So that ends one quarter of action. Pal up against Macroasia 19-14. As we're about to take a look at some of the highlights during the first quarter, Coach Bam.
Yeah, and after a slow start for both teams, but I think it was Philippine Airlines having a bit more rhythm offensively, especially with coming off the bench. Having those 2 3-pointers that eventually helped them in getting the lead at the end of the first quarter, 19-14.
Ang biggest role ko, maging kasangga ng mga manggagawa. Magbigay ng lakas ng loob sa mga panahon ng panghihina. Magbukas ng oportunidad pag nawawalan na ng pag-asa. Dahil yan ang tatak ng matatag. Tatag mo, tatak obra.
Open up to new adventures with Tanduay flavored mixes. Try in a citrusy sweet blend or a strong ginger flavored smoothness. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
This is the BKT Inter-Sister Cup 2025 coming to you from the Tanduay Gym in Quiapo, Manila. Game number 2 of our 5-game slate this Saturday. And the second quarter of action between PAL and Macroasia is brought to you by Century Park Hotel, Manila. 19-14 in favor of PAL. Once again, this is Diego Da Paz bringing you the action together with Coach Bam Ledesma. Coach Bam, during the first quarter, what impressed you the most about the way that Philippine Airlines was able to withstand Macroasia's attack?
Well, they did enough to defend Macroasia's half-court game. The only time Macroasia got a bit of rhythm was from the break. But this time around, Magsalin opening our quarter with that inside basket, which I'm pretty sure Macroasia, especially for this game, would really like to get this guy some touches.
And now they go 5-0 to start the second quarter as we see Jonel Agkawili knocking down the triple.
Well, that's our guy, man. We mentioned it pre-game.
There we go. And a miss there coming from TJC. Couldn't regain that spark from earlier. And that's a near three-point play coming from Vince Arnaldo. But missing it from close range. The foul is called against Kyle Quintos, a hacking variety. Though he's claiming that he went straight up. Because it's tough. It's a 50-50 call there. Whether, if you put your hands up, but if it violates the opponent's cylinder.
Yeah, it's what you call sumabit.
Oo.
But that's why there's good balance there. We already seen this from Macroasia. The good balance there. Magsalin and Tendenilia, being, shot creators. Magsalin inside, Tendenilia, inside, outside. Then you got Agkawili, who can really light it up from the outside. And these guards that they have, maganda rin yung rotation ng guards ng Macroasia. I mean, you cannot pinpoint like a lead guard for them.
8 minutes and 31 remaining here in the second quarter. Baseline inbound there coming from Mark Mauricio. Fresh entry into the ball game for PAL. And that is Siren Kim Galman, who misses that shot from close range, and he will go to the line for a pair of freebies.
Well, this time around, especially for this at the start of the second quarter, more Macroasia defense, very disruptive.
Yon. And that is one thing that you would want if you are Coach Patrick Velasquez.
Yeah, and don't look now. That's an 8-0 run.
Yeah.
For Macroasia.
And that is a scary thought, especially if you're PAL. Right now, you're down by 3 points. Great ball movement. The reverse layup a little too strong, though, for Mark Mauricio.
Once again, you don't want Macroasia running the break.
Yun na nga, Vince Arnaldo gets hammered across the arm, and he will go to the line for a pair of free throws. So this time it's Captain Ezer Lim. No, not team captain, pero kasi, of course, one of what he said, one of the 3 pilots in the lineup for Philippine Airlines this BKT Inter-Sister Cup 2025.
We challenge now as Macroasia. Ika nga, they already regained their mojo.
Yan.
So we're gonna be waiting the re-entry of Jeric Fortuna.
Yan na nga, mukhang Jeric Fortuna is about to check in shortly as we see that jumper by Michael Locson.
Well, they were doing this very well in the first quarter. The passing, the execution. Pero nakabuelo tong si Macroasia all of a sudden.
Yeah. One interesting stat that we'll track will be the fast break points, and it's 14-0 for Macroasia.
Yeah, and doon naman nagsimula talaga yung run ng Macroasia. Getting stops and running off the break.
Three-pointer air ball there by Mark Mauricio, and now Macroasia attacking, and that's a three-pointer missed by Jonel Agkawili. Captain Ezer Lim snares the rebound.
Oh, I remember that first game, partner. With I think that was a double-digit lead by Cobra Rice and Jonel Agkawili. All of a sudden,
he went
bananas outside, from the outside.
Yeah, Ezer Lim missing that three-point attempt, and it will stay with Philippine Airlines. And yes, Jeric Fortuna.
Here we go.
Now in the ball game, replacing KQ, Kyle Quintos.
Yeah. Also great rotation, by the way, for this PAL lineup.
Yeah, and definitely kita natin dito under lead assistant coach, or should we say assistant coach, Louis Pasamante. As we see, looks like Coach Gerard Castor is not on the bench, not nowhere to be found sa bench ng PAL. As you see, another pair of fast break points, courtesy of Vince Arnaldo for Macroasia.
I think that's what their 16th fast break point off the game.
Yeah, points 15 and 16. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mauricio now to Fortuna. Fortuna spins and nearly gets the finish, but took his defender to the cleaners anyway.
Yeah, but again, they're in the midst of this Macroasia's 10-2 run. We ended the first quarter 19-14. Now Macroasia, really milking their transition points.
There we go.
At the start of this quarter.
So perhaps this is PAL's first acid test of the tournament. Then they defeated UERM Medical Center in their last outing. And Jeric Fortuna, 1, 2, 3, and that will give PAL back the lead 25-24.
Well, I want to say something with that tree, but
well, that
was always
pure.
that was always been his arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love this matchup here. Magsalin
and Captain Ezer Lim. So we got another ceasefire on the floor halfway through the second period. 5:50 left in the quarter. This timeout brought to you by Modern Fox. So during the break, Coach Bam and I were talking about PAL and seeing this matchup against Macroasia being their first real acid test of the competition. As we see, that's John Russell Magsalin at the free throw line for a pair. But of course, coming up next for them next Saturday will be a marquee matchup. First game pa lang ng ating matches on November 29, and it will be against UE Manila.
Okay.
And by then we will be expecting some of the top names like Alex Cabagnot, KG Canaleta, Chris Gavina making their appearances, and possibly even today. I believe possibly today.
That's something to look forward to, partner.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the game, another turnover for
PAL.
Philippine Airlines.
So again, this is a battle of the fly boys. Macroasia, they're the ones maintaining the aircraft, parang aircraft services ito. While Philippine Airlines, of course, the nation's flag carrier. Right now, that's CJ Ramos. Kicks it out to Captain Ezer Lim. Back to Ramos. Launches the elbow three. Bang! Bang! Boom! 28-26. PAL back in the lead.
Oh, great setup there. With Captain Ezer Lim with that pass back for that open tree.
Linzo gives it up to John Russell
You gotta like that matchup.
Again, the physicality. It's starting to simmer here. I mean, after all, having covered Ezer Lim playing for Xavier School in those Philchai alumni leagues, we know his toughness.
And also, Magsalin, John Russell Magsalin, a tough customer. So this matchup is really something to look forward to, man.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Captain Ezer Lim overshoots the mark. But that was a nifty pass from Josan Cervantes, though. And a take foul there for Philippine Airlines. And it's against CJ Ramos.
Well, both coaches shuffling their rotation.
Oh, they're starting to shuffle the deck. Especially parang napansin natin, when Macroasia was starting their run earlier this quarter, all of a sudden, itong si Coach Louis Pasamante of Philippine Airlines did some fine-tuning here to stem this tide, and now they're in the lead by 2. Now in the hands here of Steve De La Cruz. Shot clock down to 14. Fortuna thought about the 3, but he had a defender on him. 7 on the shot clock. Fortuna with the leaner, but misses. Touch pass outside to CJ Ramos, and Ramos, a blocking foul called against Jerome Pacleb.
Well, I just want to check about the free throw shooting here for this game, because I think Macroasia had several empty trips
From the free throw line.
Yeah, from the free throw line.
And that's Steve De La Cruz knocking down that jumper for PAL, and their lead now at 4 points. They're starting to build on this lead, but what a give and go between Magsalin and finding a cutting Ron Linzo. So that would be 2 shots on the way for Ron Frederick Linzo.
Oh, Jerick Fortuna almost held his ground that time around, defending the quicker.
So
Ron Linzo, but got open on that backcourt cut. So that's another empty trip for Macroasia, partner.
Hasn't made a free throw this season. Talking about that, si Ron Linzo. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Extra pass here. Fortuna, baseline drive. The kick. And the miss. That was CJ Ramos rather with that baseline drive and kick to Fortuna. But Macroasia, another fast break attempt, but stifled by the defense of CJ Ramos.
Yeah, that was a great defense there.
Fortuna makes the extra pass. De La Cruz for 3. Left it short. And look at that rebound by John Russell Magsalin. A foul called against PAL on that excursion.
Yeah, Josan Cervantes raising his hand, acknowledging the foul. And although it's been a while since Philippine Airlines has been on the penalty, but Macroasia not able to capitalize because of all these missed free throws, partner.
Oh, yes.
As I mentioned.
Yeah.
I was trying to jinx it the other way.
Macroasia, 5 out of 15 from the free throw line. PAL, 6 out of 11 this morning. Or should we say this midday already? Yeah.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, lunchtime for the others, but for us, it's basketball for breakfast, lunch, and perhaps dinner. Baseline jumper missed by Steve De La Cruz and let out some words that that's not fit for print. And a turnover. Unfortunately for Jacob Calios, could not get a grip on that basketball.
Well, Philippine Airlines, you got to give credit to Captain Ezra Lim. He really tries to set up his play, his teammates very well.
Yun na nga, tinan mo, hockey assist there from Ezra Lim. They find the ball down low to Aiki Herrera, who gets fouled. Unfortunately, though, for Jacob Calios.
And also, if you're a coach, you just want to find, a quality shot, and and let the percentages take care of itself.
Oh yeah. That would be 2 shots here for Aiki Herrera. So Aiki Herrera this season, actually this is his first appearance in 3 games for Philippine Airlines. So this is his season debut.
So I think their officials are trying to clear the foul situation.
Yeah, so. But I believe that was in the act of shooting for Aiki Herrera, so it will be 2 shots either way. That's team foul number 4 on Macroasia. Aiki Herrera misses his first free throw attempt of the season.
Both teams, well, not so good.
I think you're just putting it lightly. That was a softball, coach.
Yeah, but again, ulit ko sabihin, may trauma na ako sa free throws, man.
Ako rin naman eh. 12 seconds on the shot clock. That's a 3-pointer. And Norjan Tendanilia was as surprised as we are when he made that 3-pointer. He thought that he was going to miss because he was trying to go for an offensive rebound. Aiki Herrera right there missing a point-blank shot, but recovers it to CJ Ramos, who couldn't get a grip on that basketball. Ron Linzo, emergency pass, long 2, missed by Tendanilia. It will go out of bounds.
Guards talaga ng Macroasia, very pesky.
Alam mo yung yung kankarot, parang ganun eh. I think that's the perfect term for them eh.
And they have a lot of those, man, in their lineup.
Oh. And that's Steve De La Cruz knocking down that jumper. Minute and 5 remaining here in the
that's a foul, partner.
second quarter. Yeah, that's a foul against Philippine Airlines.
It's a bit obvious, Kalios, doing his thing, trying to get position, and CJ Ramos getting called for that foul.
Kalios with his first point of the afternoon. Trying to cut this to a 1-point ball game, and yes, he does. Lucky roll of the basketball through the rim.
Yeah, I think that's the first time that trip that they gone 2 out of 2.
Very rare. 47 seconds left here in period number 2. Ramos kicks it out to Captain Ezer Lim. Shot clock down to 9. Fortuna, corner 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is a 4-point ball game for PAL.
Once again, that execution came from Ezer Lim.
25 seconds remaining. Macroasia with the attack. Floater won't go through for Norjan Tendanilia, but on the second try, Jacob Kalios gets a second heaping and the score. 9 seconds left, and Fortuna asking for the screen, gets it from Ramos. 4 seconds left. Ramos, that pass wayward from Fortuna. 1 second left, and quick inbound and a finish. Courtesy of Jadel Catameo, right in the nick of time.
Oh, that was a great end-to-end pass there off a sideline inbound, partner.
Yes, as we take a look at our highlights from the second quarter of action. Coach Bam, what's your take on this tied ball game?
Well, we have seen off-the-bench guys from Macroasia really proving to be the difference maker in this quarter. It looked like Philippine Airlines built a bit of a lead, but especially in the entry of Jacob Kalios. So, we're back to where we started, partner.
Ang biggest role ko, maging kasangga ng mga manggagawa. Magbigay ng lakas ng loob sa mga panahon ng panghihina. Magbukas ng oportunidad pag nawawalan na ng pag-asa. Dahil yan ang tatak ng matatag. Tatag mo, tatak obra.
Open up to new adventures with Tanduay flavored mixes. Try in a citrusy sweet blend or a strong ginger flavored smoothness. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Sabi nila, blood is thicker than water. In our family, pure love rules. Di man related by blood,
Ayabot! Ayabot!
love you.
Blended and bonded by pure love. I love you. Love is pure. Love is absolute.
Anak, kumusta ka na dyan sa barko?
Ito, pagod, pero kaya pa rin.
Ang tunay na matibay, Tanduay ang tagay. 170 years nang nagbibigay ng swabing hagod at tama.
Pero iba pa rin dito sa atin.
Dito?
Para sa tunay na matibay, tibay Tanduay.
Ako, ngayon pa talaga.
Pag magaan ang samahan, laging maaasahan. Sabayan pa ng swabe at magaang inumin, Tanduay Light, gaan ng may kasama.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
Laging paalala ni Tay ang mga turo ni Lolo. Yung halaga ng bawat hakbang, ang mga hakbang mo sa umpisa. At mga hakbang na magkakasama. At ang mga hakbang sa mas magandang buhay. Sabi niya rin, madadapa at madadapa ka. Pero yun, tuloy lang sa paglakad. Pag may hamon, humugot ka. Sa mga tinuro ng bawat yapak, sa bawat hakbang mo, mararating mo ang tagumpay. Ambisyon ng bagong buhay. Para sa'yo. At para sa kanila. Ma, Pa, ako naman ngayon. Walang iwanan. Palaging sama-sama. PNB, every step together.
The right hydration matters.
To perform.
To win.
To rise.
With Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Fuel your peak with the right hydration with the right minerals. Rise to the summit.
Ang hari may angking galing. Ang hari nasa puso ang lakas. Ang hari may kakaibang tapang. Andito na ang bagong Leon Extra Strong Beer. Bangis ng dating, bangis ng sarap, bangis ng kagat. Leon Extra Strong Beer. Tikman ang bangis ng Leon. Sa bangis mong Leon!
Pagod na, Mi.
Ako nga gutom na eh.
Daming ganap, no? Kaya feeling low. Load up with Vitamilk. Running 4 rounds.
Running away.
Loaded sa protein energy.
Ilang flavors kaya mo?
Unahan sa 8.
Double choco? Strawberry? Ube!
Loaded sa sarap.
Hirap pag-memorize sa script.
Vitamilk muna?
Loaded with Omega Nutri Plus.
Word per word pa.
I see inspired.
Load up with Vitamilk.
We're at the halftime break of this battle between Macroasia and Philippine Airlines. And we are tied at 35 after the first 20 minutes of action here in this battle in the BKT Inter-Sister Cup 2025. Brought to you by Tanduay Athletics. Diego De La Paz, Coach Bam Ledesma, bringing you the action from courtside here at Tanduay Gym in Quiapo, Manila, as we take a look at some of the highlights during that helter-skelter and close matchup.
Yeah, and I think both teams really going to their strengths.
Yes.
So that's why it has been an up and down battle because, you know, both teams, again, as we have mentioned, going to their strengths.
Yeah.
Macroasia, again with those guys, Magsalin, of course, Tendanilla and Kawili. You know, they've been very consistent with the way they play. As we see there, the halftime summary, we are tied at 35.
Yeah.
Field goals, not so far. But I think it's the free throws, both of them. Bit of struggling, but PAL a bit better percentages. Second chance points for PAL, 10-2. But here's the telling stat here.
Yeah.
Fast break points, Macroasia 18 and so far 0 for PAL. Although they've been hitting their threes.
Yes.
But this is a big statistic to not really consider.
Yeah, and also not something that PAL should take for granted, especially knowing that PAL could actually run up and down the floor if they choose to.
Yes, exactly, partner. And so we'll see adjustments here for both coaches. But as I have mentioned, as we go to the leading scorers, Macroasia, no surprises here. Tendanilla, 8 points for Tendanilla. Magsalin with 6. But again, Calios coming off the bench at the tail end of that second quarter, providing that energy with 4 points. On the other end, you know, the steady scoring of De La Cruz and Quintos with 5 and Fortuna with 2-3 points. But not reflected in the stats is the steady leadership of Ezer Lim.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So we'll see the adjustments, what's going to work, what's not going to work, how they're going to take this in this second half.
Yeah, again, there's some stats that you will never find. There's some plays that you will never find on the stat sheets, and that's what Ezer Lim has been bringing throughout most of this season for this team in his 2 appearances, including today. And of course, not to mention that PAL here, they got a huge boost with the appearance of Ike Herrera coming off the bench.
Yeah, and you could really see that front court tandem. We haven't seen it yet. You know, Jocelyn Cervantes and Ike Herrera
playing at the same time.
Yeah, playing at the same time,
Yes.
because I think they subbed each other out in this first half. Because they're going to have their hands full. Again, Magsalin and Tendanilla, which sometimes Tendanilla plays the small ball for.
Yeah.
So we'll see, partner.
Third quarter of action brought to you by Century Park Hotel Manila. 14 seconds on the shot clock here for Macroasia. Corner 3 missed by Macroasia courtesy of Josen Bautista. And that's TJC who thought about the 3. And a steal completed by Bautista. Relucia there asking for the foul as he lost his footing, or he lost his balance because he got hit on the side. And now our Eton players on the floor on your screens right now for PAL. That's De La Cruz C, Relucio, KQ, Kyle Quintos, and Josan Cervantes. For Macroasia, that's Catameo, Tupas, Tendanilla, Bautista, and Geronimo. And that is a foul on that point-blank shot by Relucio.
TJC really attracting the defense, almost a late pass, but he made sure that Ren Relucio gets that pass inside, and been rewarded by an end one opportunity here.
So first that free throw missed by Relucio, and a steal by KQ. Here comes Quintos. Oh, what a play! And that driving layup by Kyle Quintos.
Oh, that was crafty layup off that defensive stop.
8 minutes and 50 remaining. Macroasia, they needed an easier way to put up that shot. Talking about Josen Bautista.
Yeah, and that time around, that's a bit crowded.
Yeah. It's like there's
Philippine Airlines having a good start in this third quarter.
Now here's the drive to the basket here by Macroasia, and that's a basket for Jariel Catameo, getting the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way. And Macroasia, chance to get closer to PAL, as we see one more time. And that was a foul called against Kyle Quintos.
Well, again, going to their strengths.
Yeah.
So, transition attack.
Yeah, nothing has changed
yeah.
because that's now 20 fast break points for Macroasia. And that was a miscommunication there coming from TJC. But right now, Pal doing a good job stopping Macroasia from that quick offense. Then Danilia, the quick touch passing, nearly converted into points. Lordy Geronimo kicks it out to Josen Bautista, who knocks down a triple. And Macroasia now back in the driver's seat.
Yes, looks like it's going to be like this the whole game, partner. Up
Oh,
and down.
look at that. TJC knocking down the straightaway three-pointer. Then Danilia. Now they go to Jeriel Catameo. The drop pass inside. The miss by Josen Bautista. And on the second try, count that. Hoop harm and three-point play the hard way for Norjan Ten Danilia. So nice. Gotta see it twice.
Yeah, but that time around, offensive rebound and a putback.
Ten Danilia makes the bonus. So that is a rare second chance conversion coming from Macroasia.
Oh, palitan lang tayo ng lamang, partner.
Exactly. 17 on the shot clock here for PAL. They go to Quintos. Quintos with a skip pass to Relucio. Shot clock down to 10. Relucio to Quintos. Quintos gets called for steps. You know, he went 5, 6, 7, 8 on that one.
Well, he did attract the defense, but that time around, great recovery with that zone defense for Macroasia.
Now here's the attack by Macroasia. Oh, and what a stop there. Coming from the big man, that's Josant Cervantes. Now the step through to the finish, courtesy of Steve De La Cruz.
That's, you know, smooth.
Yeah.
Steve De La Cruz has a smooth jumper and also has a smooth layup going in.
But on the other end, Raimundo Tupas on that baseline shot.
It's bully ball that time around.
Yeah, Steve De La Cruz still with the basketball, kicks it out to TJC. C with the floater and sees the opening.
That was nice. At the counter on that closeout, you know, baseline drive, no defense doesn't react, gets that floater going in.
Then Danilia, forward pass. Geronimo, you know, attacking with reckless abandon there, and he gets fouled. Oh lordy, what a play.
Yeah, but again, credit goes to Macroasia, really finding the gaps or having a good press break that leads to an attack.
Yeah.
On their basket.
Geronimo missing the first of two foul shots. This one to break the tie, currently at 46.
So 4 minutes, nagbabakbakan yung dalawang teams na to, partner. And
oh yeah.
Well, we'll see. Again, Macroasia in this half-court 2-3 zone.
C gives it up. Three-pointer missed by Rayan Relucio.
That's very obvious that time around. Two pass, really.
But of course, you know, the usual who,
Yeah. But, well, Ike Herrera has that inside track on getting that offensive rebound.
10 seconds on the shot clock. They go to Fortuna. Fortuna makes the extra pass. Steve De La Cruz misses that three. And Ike Herrera again. Premium position to get that rebound. And he gets fouled.
Well, that's what he brings to the table, partner. That inside presence.
Yes.
You know, and he's been very active on the boards. That's why he's being rewarded.
Oh, that's it for the ball game for Lordy Geronimo. 5 fouls this early. Yes, that is it for Lordy Geronimo. He hits the showers before we even hit 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, that's already development here for Macroasia.
Catameo gets a steal but throws it away to Jeric Fortuna.
Wow, what a defensive effort by Jeric Fortuna.
They feed the ball inside. Steve De La Cruz throws it to Aiki Herrera, who misses the point-blank shot. Norjan Tendenilia. The feed to Tupas. Tupas spins. And he got dizzy.
Well, he tried to make that spin, but I think he hit a teammate.
Yeah. Unfortunately for him and the rest of Macroasia. Fortuna inside. Steve De La Cruz overshoots the mark, but a foul called against Aiki Herrera.
Yeah,
this time,
yeah.
he didn't have that
this
position.
time around, he's the one who gets caught with that push-off.
There we go. Pero have you heard that that story dun sa basketball venue in Utah? Until now, looks like they're not yet over that 98 finals. Yung kanilang Wi-Fi, pangalan Jordan pushed off.
Yeah.
But back in the action here, Catameo rises for the three. Off the mark, and Fortuna.
Wow, what a great rebound.
Yeah. Fortuna behind the back pass, and nice find to Steve De La Cruz.
Very unselfish. This guy is amazing me. Derek Fortuna.
May halo yata. Sorry. What a drive to the basket by Jeriel Catameo, who gets fouled on the way up. Up for the Flyboys. Again, for those who know, you know that this is a battle of the Flyboys, yung mga aviation experts within the LT group. Of course, yung third one is Lufthansa Technique.
Lufthansa Technique who's going to be playing.
Yeah, later on today. And they will be facing itong, let's see, they will be up next against URM Medical Center. So the Flyboys in action.
Yeah, UERM, our emergency and in-game medical. Whoa!
Look at that Jerick Fortuna drive.
The hops. This guy showing us all defensive effort,
offensive effort.
And
I mean, he's got a lot left in his tank. You know what?
Yeah.
Parang more than just playing in the BKT Inter-Sister Cup, no? But Fortuna right here, he's been the guy who's been steadying the ship throughout all three games so far.
Yeah.
For PAL. As we see one more time, TJC, Ich, Ni, Sun.
Well, Garrett's great setup once again by Captor Ezer Lim.
But on the other end, again, the fast break points hurting PAL. Macroasia has been on it.
Yeah, that's what 24 fast break points already for Macroasia.
We'll check that in a bit as we see couple of misses there for PAL. Yeah, that's 23 fast break points compared to 4. Make that 25. There we go. And we are tied at 53 all, just like that. Herrera kicks it out. Jerick Fortuna for 3. Bang! Bang! Boom!
Well, he's not going to miss a lot of those kick-out trees.
Oh, yes.
It's just so much fun watching Ike Herrera and Jerick Fortuna passing to one another.
Oh yeah. It's either you go high or you go low. Pick your poison, as they say. As we see CJ Ramos entering the ball game for TJC.
Yeah, TJC getting that much-deserved rest. Really is a spark here.
Yeah.
For Philippine Airlines.
Fortuna drops it down low. The reverse layup is good for Steve De La Cruz.
Mas fluid lang talaga yung offensive ang offense ng Philippine Airlines. But again, Macroasia, as long as they're getting stops and running off the break, they're very deadly.
And speaking of deadly, that is a deadly three from Robbie Ramos to cut it down to a 2-point ball game.
Ramos, they got Ron Linso in that guard rotation.
And now Jerick Fortuna slicing and dicing through that defense. And man, he's just making it look easy, Coach Bam.
Yeah, it's like somebody told him something no halftime.
Right there, that's Robbie Ramos with the second triple in the past 2 minutes. And we are down to the last minute and 24 of the third quarter. Captain Ezer Lim kicks it out. Steve De La Cruz got the ball tapped away from his hands. And see you later, says Jeriel Catameo.
Once again, points off turnovers or transition attempt for Macroasia.
Yeah. You know, it's a choice between bad and worse. CJ Ramos misses that three. Ike Herrera with the offensive board. Herrera knocks it in.
That time around, you know, getting something from an inside incursion.
Three-pointer, down it goes for Robbie Ramos. That's a trifecta of triples.
Wow. Robbie Ramos having this personal scoring run.
35 seconds left, and one more time they go inside to Ike Herrera, but a foul first. And I believe that's Macroasia's fourth team foul.
And that's the way to go, man. I mean, well, this Macroasia lineup doesn't have, I think, the height and heft to really give Ike Herrera a matchup. So I don't think, you know, if John Magsalin is there.
Oh, and that's a turnover for Pal off that inbound. Two pass. Tendenilia for the score. That was a great two-man play between two Macroasia swingmen. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical, and now CJ Ramos setting up the play. Ezer Lim's screen rejected. CJ Ramos with a breakaway, you know, finding the seam and exploiting it.
Great reject there on the ball screen by Ezer Lim.
1 second left. Ramos throws it away. And Macroasia ends the third quarter with a turnover, but they have a 2-point advantage heading into the final frame as we take a look at the highlights during the third period.
Yes, and again, fast break points, points off turnovers really gave, you know, Macroasia this lead, but Philippine Airlines, you know, still well in the ball game, but they got to solve these turnovers and fast break points against Macroasia.
We're down to the final period, and it will be up next.
Ang biggest role ko, maging kasangga ng mga manggagawa, magbigay ng lakas ng loob sa mga panahon ng panghihina, magbukas ng oportunidad pag nawawalan na ng pag-asa. Dahil yan ang tatak ng matatag. Tatag mo, tatak Cobra.
Open up to new adventures with Tanduay flavored mixes. Try in a citrusy sweet blend or a strong ginger flavored smoothness. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
We are down to the final 10 minutes of action between Philippine Airlines and Macroasia. And the start of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Century Park Hotel, Manila.
This is going to be building into, you know, very, very exciting ball game, partner.
Jeric Fortuna knocking down a triple from straight away. Pal back in the lead to start the period.
Oh, you don't like that look from Jeric Fortuna, partner. It looks like it's all business this fourth quarter.
Or more like, you know, it's classic Jeric Fortuna. Martinez rims out on that jumper, but on the putback, that's John Russell Magsalin who gets fouled.
I'm not sure if Magsalin played in the third quarter, partner.
That's a good, that's a good information to figure out. Yeah, it looks like Macroasia decided to not field him during that third quarter.
Yeah, because we were looking for that matchup, you know, Ike Herrera and
Magsalin.
Yeah, Magsalin, but we haven't got it. Maybe in this fourth quarter, partner. Maybe.
Yeah, because Ike Herrera now on the bench. And he was replaced here by Josat Cervantes.
Probably later on.
14 on the shot clock. Fortuna, a series of fakes. And Fortuna nearly gets his defender on skates.
Big man move by Jeric Fortuna.
Shot clock down to 10, and a foul called against. That's Danilo Martinez.
Well, you can feel bigla ng fourth quarter, biglang both teams, biglang, like serious mode all of a sudden.
Yeah. It feels like yung classic All-Star games. The first 3 quarters you play with lax defense, but now all of a sudden, look at that circus shot, courtesy of Josan Cervantes for that highlight reel play. Ramos answers back with a triple, and we are tied at 69 all. Kanina from 6-7 to 69 all. Double nice. So nice. You had to see it twice for both of these teams.
Oh, Ramos here, exploding in the second half.
Exactly. Cervantes, inside move, misses that time. Second try, denied by the Macroasia defense. Misa, forward pass to Robbie Ramos. 3-pointer on the way, but missed by Norjan Tendenilia. A foul called against Captain Ezer Lim on John Russell Magsalin's attempt to put an undergoal stab.
Yeah, but that's a good foul. That's all. That's almost a 2 points, short 2 points there for Macroasia. They had to give up. Captain Ezer Lim had to give up that foul.
And that shot inside missed by Magsalin. Series of whistles called by our trail official. That's a foul called against.
That's Josan Cervantes.
Yeah.
Again, they got their hands full with just Magsalin inside the paint.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Tendenilia misses that jumper. Cervantes with the rebound. Now here's the attack by Steve De La Cruz. De La Cruz, full head of steam. And that was too much steam on that layup attempt. And CJ Ramos gives up that duty foul.
Wow, the physicality and the intensity of this game really top-notch in this fourth quarter, partner.
7 minutes and 41 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. And Pal nearly over the limit.
And that's going to be an issue, partner, because we're just, 7 minutes and 41 seconds remaining, and we're almost in penalty.
Exactly. 15 on the shot clock. Misa drops it off to Magsalin. Magsalin out-faked. Let's see Michael Locson. Corner 3, but missed by Robbie Ramos. And this time it's Macroasia called for that last foul.
That's going to be Robbie Ramos' only second miss in a long while.
Yeah. Both teams stuck at 69 apiece. 7 and 20 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. Fortuna surveying the floor. Uses the Cervantes screen. Fortuna takes it strong himself, but overshoots the mark. Ezer Lim with the rebound. Fortuna.
He's going to shoot that.
Yes, sirree!
I have seen so many times this guy when he gets that corner.
72-69, Pal on top by 3.
We gotta love Captain Ezer Lim. Hustle on the boards. Josan Cervantes getting that extra possession. Finding Fortuna in the corner.
Misa misses a 3, but a great recovery by Macroasia. Reverse layup too strong for John Magsalin, but on the putback. And this time that is Ralston Misa.
Yeah, another part of that rotation for Macroasia. Yung mga guards na very pesky.
Yes, exactly. Lim to Fortuna, now to Cervantes. They go to the corner to Steve De La Cruz. Fires up that fadeaway but misses. Looks on with the rebound. De La Cruz, the triple. No avail. Tendenilia now attacking the left wing. Tendenilia and Jerick Fortuna draws the charge.
Another defensive effort for Mr. Jericho. Well, to his defense, man. I think Tendenilia did extend a bit of that elbow.
There we go. Yeah, that off arm. You know, as they call it, the forearm shiver.
Yeah, a bit.
A bit.
Yes.
You know, it's as they say, you know, getting a foul sometimes is about 60 to 70% contact and 30% of a marketing job, shall we say.
But still holding his ground, Mr. Jeric Fortuna.
Yes. KQ, Kyle Quintos, now back in the fold. Quintos uses the window for that score. Take that to PNB.
Yeah, it was small to small ball screen there between Quintos and Jeric Fortuna.
Now Misa kicks it out. Tendenilia, the leaner, the miss. And the ball will go the way of Pal with 5:24 remaining in the fourth and clinging on to this precarious 3-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, may konting giggle na on the part of Tendenilia, no? So I'm sure he's gonna get over it.
Yeah. Steve De La Cruz open for three. Too strong, but on the rebounding play, it will go the way of Macroasia. Great positioning there for Danilo Martinez. And the foul is called against, that's Locson, Michael Locson. 5 minutes and 13 left here in the fourth quarter, and we got another ceasefire. This time it's brought to you by Modern Fox. Down to the last 5 minutes and 13 of this BKT Inter-Sister Cup 2025 elimination round match between Macroasia and PAL. And it was a loose ball foul earlier.
There's a bit of confusion there. That was an offensive foul, so that's since Philippine Airlines is already over the limit. It's 2 free throw shots.
So Martinez at the line, but missing the front end of 2. So right now Macroasia, they need to start making their free throws. Currently they are 12 out of 27. Now 12 out of 29. After those 2 misses. Kyle Quintos driving, gets rejected by Jonel Arcolwili.
That time around, Macroasia ready for that small to small pick and roll.
Oh. Steve De La Cruz uses that locks on screen. Another screen set here, this time by Cervantes. Shot clock down to 5. Steve De La Cruz rises for the jumper, but misses the mark. Tupas with the long rebound. Now they go inside to the big man, John Magsalin. Extra pass to Jacob Calios, who misses that jumper. And now Kyle Quintos will settle the troops here for PAL. Quintos gives it up to Cervantes. Cervantes finds the seam, and Magsalin played like a matador there.
Yeah, I mean, well, this could have done better defensively there.
Yeah. And that is Ralston Misa knocking down the jumper from inside the paint.
Oh, this game is close, partner.
Scary close. 4 minutes left in this match.
Another guard-to-guard ball screen here.
What a find. Jeric Fortuna with a baseline drive to the basket. And it's now a 5-point lead for PAL, 78-73.
All of a sudden, Jeric Fortuna being this, carrying the scoring burden.
3-pointer missed by Jonel Arcawili. And now, here comes Steve De La Cruz. De La Cruz drives, loses the handle momentarily, but flipped it up, and no avail. Now Ralston Misa gives it to the corner. Janelle Agkawili back to Misa. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Fortuna hounding Misa. Misa breaks away and takes and makes the floater.
So he's getting into his spot, partner.
Yes.
So more often than not, he's gonna make that.
Now it's Kyle Quintos against Tupas. They dump the ball down low to Josan Cervantes, and that is a foul called against Jacob Calios. That is the last foul to give for Macroasia this ball game. 2:55 left in the fourth quarter, midnight hours of this match. And coming up next, it will be UERM Medical Center against Lufthansa Technic Philippines. But first, a ceasefire on the floor called. This timeout brought to you by Modern Fox. We're down to the final 2 minutes and 55 of this matchup between PAL and Macroasia. And this one going down the wire, Coach Bam.
Yeah, so anybody's ball game up to this point.
And look at that, Ike Herrera going to PNB for the score.
That was a great baseline inbound there off the timeout.
15 seconds on the shot
Here we go,
clock.
partner.
There you go, Herrera.
We're looking for this matchup.
Herrera against Magsalin. And there's a foul, unfortunately, on the help side called against Josan Cervantes. I think this is the first time this game that Ike Herrera and Josan Cervantes were played at simultaneously.
Yeah, I think because again, Magsalin is a handful inside now, so might be because of that. Might be.
Magsalin missing the front, makes the front end of two. So Magsalin this afternoon, 7 points, 9 rebounds. And definitely a handful for the PAL defense. Goes 2 out of 2.
We've been like this for what? How many minutes already, partner?
Yeah, for quite a while now. I've already lost count. 12 on the shot clock for Quintos. Herrera shovels it to Jeric Fortuna. Change of speed. Jeric Fortuna gets the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way. And definitely a top candidate as our Tanduay best player of the game. One more time, Jeric Fortuna just flips it up, gets contact, and unfazed. Cool.
Well, that
calm
time
and
around,
collected.
Macroasia, anticipating the ball screen a bit too much. So when Jeric Fortuna made that read and rejected it, he got a baseline drive. Unfortunately, missing that bonus feature.
But still, PAL with his 5-point advantage at the moment as we head into the last 2 minutes. And it's brought to you by Century Park Hotel. And that was a great stop from Ike Herrera. Didn't really need to swat it, but still made that shot attempt tough for Macroasia.
Almost a good backdoor play there.
Kyle Quintos attacking. Shovels it to Jeric Fortuna with 6 on the shot clock. Fortuna for the dagger. Yes, sir! 8-point ball game for PAL, and Fortuna scoring the last 5 points for PAL.
That second half really belonged to Jeric Fortuna. And again, John Magsalin.
Yes, sir.
Not letting up.
Now double digits in scoring with 10 this afternoon.
Yeah, even with the presence of Josan Cervantes and Ike Herrera, this guy, John Magsalin. Sing long way to go, partner. They're not out of the woods yet.
Exactly. And that is a bonus conversion for Magsalin. A minute and 20 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. Here's the drive. Kyle Quintos had the ball stripped.
Yeah, it was a bit obvious where he's going to.
Oh, yeah. No surprise. Quintos tried to go to Herrera and stolen away by Galman. Galman off to the races. What a block for Josan Cervantes.
That was great effort there, partner. Josan Cervantes, after that turnover, really sprinted to get that block off Galman's layup attempt.
And we got another timeout on the floor, and it's brought to you by Modern Fox.
Well, here we go, partner.
Yeah.
1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, PAL 85, Macroasia 80. Hang on to your seats. We are in for a wild finish. Misa, they go down low to Reynaldo Tupas. Tried to go for that cross court, but
that was a big turnover there, partner.
yeah, Steve De La Cruz with the steal. 50 seconds left. De La Cruz uses that Fortuna screen.
Guard to guard. Once again, a guard to guard action there.
Yeah, 8 seconds left. Steve De La Cruz misses that layup. And the offensive rebound by Ike Herrera. Shot clock down to 10. De La Cruz. 5 seconds. Steve De La Cruz short on that three. Misa forward to Tendenilia for the score. 2 seconds or less on that offense. It's down to a 3-point ball game. And the foul given up there by John Russell Magsalin.
But are they in the penalty yet? That's the question.
Yes.
Okay. Both teams were in the penalty. All right.
Yeah, so that will be 2 shots right here for Steve De La Cruz. Chance to make this a 5-point ball game once again, if he makes both. De La Cruz knocks down the first of 2.
It's not yet over. You know, Macroasia does have a lot of shooters inside.
Steve De La Cruz hits both together with Kyle Quintos. Both of them perfect this season from the free throw line.
Wow.
And this timeout brought to you by Modern Fox. .9 seconds remaining. And for Macroasia, if they're going to look back on this game, probably they would look back on that turnover earlier, but Norjan Tendenilia knocks down a triple to bring Macroasia within 2.
I was about to say, what are they going to go for? A quick 3 or a quick 2?
We got our answer right there.
Yeah, Tanduay.
So let's see if they will play the foul game. As we see Steve De La Cruz heading to the free throw line for a pair. Exactly 7 seconds left in this match.
It puts the pressure on the free throw shooter here, but Steve De La Cruz just hit
2.
Both free throws.
Exactly.
A while ago.
Steve De La Cruz makes it. 3-point ball game. Could make it 4 with this next one. And as I mentioned earlier, has not missed a free throw this season so far. De La Cruz buries both. And Macroasia, no more timeouts, and it's a 4-point lead. Tupas hands it off here to Tanduay. 3 seconds left. Probably not enough time. Nisa misses that 3. And that putback goes in for Russell Magsalin. And they will count it. So it will be officially an 89-87 victory for the 3rd straight win for Philippine Airlines in this young campaign, Coach Bam.
Yeah, that was a great game for both teams, man. But I think the steadier team here is Philippine Airlines. And that Jeric Fortuna explosion in the second half. During that last play, partner, I think it was a bit obvious that they were, I think, at least for our vantage point, he did step into the defenders.
Yeah. But yeah, again, it's already Mutan Academic at this point.
Yes, partner. Yeah. But nothing to be ashamed of, man. It was a great team for both teams, even for Macroasia, for really giving Philippine Airlines all the fits. But Philippine Airlines being the steadier team, winning this and continuing their winning streak at the start of this tournament with an 89-85 win.
Yeah, that's a 3-0 start for Philippine Airlines, while Macroasia, another tough defeat against a top flight opponent so far in this season. So we'll find out our best player of the game shortly. But of course, we'd like to take a look first at the first of our post-game festivities, our awardees, our Lufthansa 3-point shot highlights, especially that we saw from both ends. For Macroasia, they went 10 out of 23, while PAL went 11 for 26 from beyond the arc. Tanduay right there. Valiant effort for Macroasia. Tanduay finished with 18 points, including 3 out of 5 from 3-point range, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Yes, and a lot of threes for this game. But again, steadier team in crunch time, especially those clutch free throws, by the way, from Steve De La Cruz.
Yeah, so definitely we saw a lot of those 3-pointers, especially from that man over there, Jeric Fortuna.
Well, not too shy today, partner.
Oh, yeah.
Letting it fly.
Well, you said that he was shy during the first quarter, but apparently it looks like somebody heard you as we take a look at our best assist man of the game, Norjan Tanduay. So Norjan Tanduay with 7 assists in the game. So we got a couple more awardees. Yeah, so we got our next awardee for this game. Our 3-point, our rebounder of the game, our best rebounder of the game, brought to you by Macroasia, Josan Cervantes.
Oh, definitely, partner. That's going to be very obvious because all game, he had been that steadying presence inside for Philippine Airlines.
So 11 rebounds for Josat Cervantes.
11.
Yeah.
I think that's a double-double, if I'm not mistaken, partner.
Yes. No, 6 points.
Oh,
11 rebounds
okay,
for Cervantes. Our three-point shooter of the game. He went 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. Wow.
He went berserk.
Yeah, especially in the second half, partner.
Yes.
He had
There you go. Jeric Fortuna of Philippine Airlines. You know, flying high.
not too shy.
Flying high and not too shy. There you go.
Not too shy, my guy.
Yes. And of course, who else is our Tanduay, best player of the game? 26 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And of course, the 6-for-7 shooting clip from beyond the arc, Jeric Fortuna. One more time for good measure. You know, for the second game out of 3 by Philippine Airlines, he has been the best player of the game. So yeah, so that does it for game number 2. Coming up next, it will be UERM Medical Center trying to get their first win of the season against the 1-1 Lufthansa Technique in our game up next. And of course, Coach Bam, anyone you'd want to greet or, you know, parting words?
Yes, and very happy for, again, first win for a while ago, and this time around, third win for Philippine Airlines, and best player of the game, my guy, Mr. Jeric Fortuna, not too shy.
Yes. Of course, thank you, Coach Bam, for gracing us in today's ball game. Of course, on behalf of the hardworking men behind the scenes, and of course, Coach Bam Ledesma, my partner for the first 2 games. Stand by for our next game, URM against Lufthansa Technique Philippines, as we continue action in the 2025 BKT Inter-Sister Cup.
Ang biggest role ko, maging kasangga ng mga manggagawa, magbigay ng lakas ng loob sa mga panahon ng panghihina, magbukas ng oportunidad pag nawawalan na ng pag-asa. Dahil yan ang tatak ng matatag. Tatag mo, tatak obra.
Open up to new adventures with Tanduay flavored mixes. Try in a citrusy sweet blend or a strong ginger flavored smoothness. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay